Morning, guys. Morning. It's bleak over here, and there's demo going on, so I don't know how this video is going to come out. But I really want to get everything that I read in the month of November out to you guys before I leave my space. And videos might be a little rough in December. I'm not sure how many I'm going to have. I have a cold brew from Sonic here. That is like so good. If you have not tried Sonic's caramel cold brew, it's really good. But anywho, I digress. We're pushing through on this one. Everything that I read in the month of November. So let's drop the graph and we are going to dissect it. $15 books. I read 15 books in the month of November. Pretty decent month for me. We started out, we did 2 Janet Evanovich books this month. My first book that I read this month was Wicked Charms. It's the 3rd book in the Diesel and Lizzie series. Like, it's a sub-series from her Stephanie Plum series. And I just was really having that itch for Stephanie Plum type books. And I read Wicked Charms. It was a 3-star read. I like that Diesel series. I don't love it. I feel like she could do a lot more work with some of those characters. But we did read. We're going kind of out of sequence here, so I'm trying to make sure I keep it all together, but I'm trying to keep authors together. You know how it is. We did read the Now or Never 31 by Stephanie Plum, or Now or Never 31 Stephanie Plum by Janet Evanovich. We read that the day that it came out. I enjoyed it. I was happy to see some growth and resolution with Stephanie. I gave it 4 stars. Could have been a 5-star read if the pacing would have been better. I did a whole video on the issues I took with the pacing of that book. Also, read Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. 3-star read for me. That's a personal thing. I was very depressed by this book. I don't know why, but I don't love reading depressing reads. I read for an escape, and I've talked about this before. If a book is too sad, I'll DNF it. There's enough sad in the real world. I read for excitement, adventure, and escape. So it was a 3-star read. It was good. It made you think about life and things. I was happy I read it, but it definitely is not going to make my favorite book list or anything. Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. High expectations for this one. I gave it 4 stars because I did enjoy it, but it was not 5 stars or 5-star plus. There was something missing. Better Than the Movies was a 5-star plus read for me. Nothing Like the Movies, the sequel, was only 4 stars. It came off a little whiny in places, and a little, like, the conflict was a little fabricated and a little forced. So if they would have just sat down and had one conversation about feelings, it would have all been resolved in 1 chapter. So yeah, it was a 4-star read for me. It's a typical YA Lynn Painter. I enjoyed it. Made me giggle multiple times and gave me the first love butterfly feeling. But it was a little whiny and a little bit forced conflict for my taste. Next, we read Once and Future by Amy Rose Capetta. This is a YA space King Arthur retelling. Yes, it's very niche. Very niche. Also LGBTQ. I enjoyed this book. It was a fun ride. I gave it 3.5 stars, but Goodreads doesn't let you do a half a star, so I think I rounded this one down to 3. Sometimes I'll round it up to 4, but this one I think it was very, very YA. I enjoyed it, but I could definitely see somebody who doesn't like YA not enjoying this book. And it was just good. I don't have a strong desire to pick up the rest of that series, but I did enjoy the book. Another YA that I read that I liked was Good Game Gamer Girl by Rena Zurich. Got the same 3.5 rating, which I rounded down to a 3 for this case. It's a fun gaming novel. It is about a girl who wants to get back at her boyfriend and joins up with another gamer to win some competitions. And it was fun. It was a ride. I enjoyed it. No issues with it. 3 stars. Like I said, it was really like a 3.5. 4 stars for the Laurell K. Hamilton book Obsidian Butterfly, but I did have a lot of issues with it. So my problem with this Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series is that a lot of these books one off every now and then. You will end up in Mexico, New Mexico, Arizona, and none of your main characters will be there but Anita Blake. That's what happened in this book. I spent 12 hours reading, and there was no Richard, there was no Jean-Claude, nothing. And it can be very frustrating when she does that, and she does it pretty often. Or just one-off book will be no main characters but Anita. So it was a 4-star read. I love the Anita Blake series, but I just get frustrated with certain books. I read 2 books that were kind of similar in that they were romantasy and they were competition Hunger Games style based. The Stars Are Dying by Chloe Pinarana and The Games the Gods Play by Abigail Owen. Of those 2, I recommend The Stars Are Dying. I thought that was really well done. I gave it 4 stars. I think I gave it 4.25 on my little notepad. I thought it was really well done. I enjoyed it, and the characters were really thought out. The Games the Gods Play seemed very rinse, recycle, repeat, tropey, and I just did not care for it as much as I did The Stars Are Dying. So if you're picking a Hunger Games-esque romantasy competition type novel, and those 2 are 2 of your options, I preferred The Stars Are Dying. You're welcome. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber was the only 5-star read that I read for most of the month. I love this book. I was so pissed that I had put it off for so long reading it. I did do the Audible. The narration is fantastic. It's whimsical. It's fun. I love the world building of the North. Love the balls and I just loved everything about this book. It was a 5-star read for me. Once Upon a Broken Heart. It is YA, I think, but does not read super YA. So I enjoyed it. I did read the second book in that series, The Ballad of Never After, also by Stephanie Garber, and it was slower. I only gave that one a 3.5 star. It started to drag a bit for me, so much so that I just haven't picked up the third and final book in that series yet. But the first book is very good. Once Upon a Broken Heart is very good. Nevessa Allen's Lights Out we read, and I loved that book. Did a whole video on that. It's a 4-star read for me this month. I have had my woes with dark romance, and this was a dark romance that was done really well. There was consent and mutual attraction and courtesy, and those are things that have to be present in my romance novels for me to enjoy them. And so Lights Out was a great dark romance that still had things that I consider vital to a good romance. We already said we read Now or Never. We already talked about Lights Out, The Games the Gods Play, The Ballad of Never After. Cruel Winter with You by Ali Hazelwood. I was looking for a fun, light winter Christmassy novel. And this is a 3.5 hour novella, if you would, by Ali Hazelwood, who I read everything that she puts out. It is best friend's brother, romance. They're adults now, they grew up together, home for Christmas. It was a fun time. Kicked your feet a couple of times, the cute little flirtations. I enjoyed it. It's a very short, very quick read. Definitely gives you the holiday vibes. The Dead Guy Next Door by Lucy Score. Absolutely love this one. I gave it 4 stars. I think I gave this one, 4.25 stars. Absolutely loved it. It is all of the good things in Stephanie Plum, where it's mystery, detective, whodunit, comedy. But Riley Thorne is a clairvoyant, and she solves these mysteries with her PI boyfriend. So we love a strong lady solving mysteries. And the last book I'm not done with yet. I'm filming this on Thanksgiving morning. And so there's a few days for me to finish this, and I'm 50% through it. I will have it done. It's probably going to be my only 5-star plus read of the month. I am so mad it's taken me so long to read this. I'm reading Callie Hart's Quicksilver. And when I tell you Kingfisher is probably going to be top tier boyfriend list for me. Like, when it comes to book boyfriends, Kingfisher from Quicksilver is high up there for me. I actually got this recommendation multiple times on TikTok, and then Hawk Hates You. I think that's what her, like, she has 2 profiles, but I think Hawk Hates You is her book reading profile. And she recommended, kind of in saying that she loved the main male character, and I was like, I have to read it. If Hawk likes it, I have to read it. And yeah, Kingfisher is legit amazing. 5-star plus read for me. I am so into this book. I'm probably going to do a whole video just on this book very, very soon. What is coming up for us? Well, we've got some boxing my library videos. I have a video that's pre-recorded for Christmas, where I got a really cool thing that I've been looking everywhere for, and we're going to unbox that. And, Winds of Truth is coming out the first week of December. I will have a review for that a few days probably after it comes out. I will do a spoiler-free review and a spoiler-filled review of Winds of Truth when it's out and in my hands. So, that's everything that's going on right now. Thanks for sticking with me through all of the changes and the craziness. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I hope you're having a great holiday season, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.